Oh, welcome back. When it comes to movies, TV shows, and different forms of art, we are familiar with the work and the faces behind them. But recognition is not all and doesn't pay the bills. There is little known about the intellectual property and rights of artists. Our guest today is Maradona Rebello. He is here to tell us more about the ins and outs of show business. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, guys.
Welcome. Thanks for coming. Don't look at that. These are the questions.
Okay.
How are you today?
I'm good.
How's your morning swim?
I had a beautiful swim.
Yeah.
All set.
In the puddles?
Yes, in the puddles.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in day's work.
Okay, so Maradona Rebello. So I find your first name very interesting. He finds your last name very interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it must be a very good conversation starter in when you're out and about talking to strangers.
Absolutely. It's also sometimes people don't believe me. They're like, "Hi, I'm Maradona." They're like, "Yeah, I'm Messi." Or I'm Pele. So yeah, I was born during the 1986 World Cup. My dad was a huge football fan, and we were Catholic, so that's where our name comes from, Rebello.
Yeah.
And my dad decided to name me after the footballer. So
Honestly, such a cool name.
yes.
Good for you.
And if I have a kid, I should name him Messi.
I was
You
actually,
should,
I was
yes.
gonna ask you that. Actually?
During the World Cup, yes, I was having a conversation with few of my friends. There's a friend called Hussein and a couple of them. And we were like, hey, if you have a kid, you should name him Messi.
Well, what if your
1000%.
wife is a fan of Ronaldo or any other footballer?
She is not. That's why she married me.
Oh,
That's why
you're
she has
married?
Argentina.
So tell us about the man behind the iconic name. Who are you? What do you do? Like, obviously you're an actor, but tell us more about your arts and crafts.
Well, I was a student of St. Xavier's in Bombay. I was doing my bachelor's of mass media. And during that time, I got introduced to the world of modeling. I'm not that tall, but there was one lady that came up to me and she said, "You have a beautiful smile and I think you should do commercials." So I got to know about it. I learned the proper way of, getting yourself trained as an actor. So I started doing commercials. During that, I did a film called Punk with Bipasha. We did a couple of film festivals with it. We went to New York with the film. And I was signed by an agency way back in 2010. And they introduced me to the proper world of modeling, contracts, your rights, budgets. And that's where I started my journey. Films is what I always wanted to get into. I'd come close to doing Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Yeah.
How come it didn't work out?
They didn't find, I did a couple of rounds of auditions. I cleared a couple of rounds and they're like, you two, they want the typical guy from the slum look.
Yeah.
And I was all groomed up. And
Yeah, they're like, you're too pretty. Like,
no, way back, we all used to
You look
aspire
well
to.
fed.
No. Thank you, but that's all grooming and how you. I mean, I was like, I can just get a haircut and just be myself and play the role. But they're like, no, you're too good looking for the role.
Yeah.
But then, when I saw that go past me and saw it at the Oscars, I saw the film in the theater and I'm saying the lines and my mom's like,
Hey.
I was like, I was supposed to
Aw.
do that. She's like, yeah. She's like, you need to buy eggs tomorrow, anyways. So I've had these close brushes with films like Life of Pi, $1 Million Arm. But anyways, I continue my journey. Ads is something that I really love, and I've just shifted to Dubai. I've signed with a few agencies here, and there are very few Indian actors. There are a lot of scripts written with Indians in mind as the target audience, and yeah, I'm here to solve that. I'm lucky to be a part of the modeling industry, and yeah, I'm enjoying Dubai, loving Dubai.
Lovin Dubai, are
Good
you?
one. Good one.
So
Yeah.
I see from what you said, you're saying that Dubai is a growing industry for the
yeah.
entertainment business and the show business. So you come from Bombay. So why did you choose Dubai, and how do you see that scope, and where is it going for the show business here?
I think it's a great market because a lot of international ads are executed here. It's closer to home. So I'm still in touch with the Bombay market. I still test from Dubai. And if there's a shoot, I fly back and come. So I see Dubai as a very, as a middle ground for
Like, very
maintaining both.
central.
And from here, I'm also planning to explore the European market because why not?
Why not?
It's always good. Yeah, I've just started. I've cleared level 1 Italian. So yeah.
Congrats.
Level 1 Italian? So
Yeah.
you're learning Italian.
So yeah, that's a market that I want to explore. Not too many of them have done it, except Kabir Bedi.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's a huge rage over there. You go to Europe, you say Bollywood, they say Kabir Bedi.
Oh wow!
You're like Shah Rukh Khan, Amitabh. They're like, no, Kabir Bedi.
That's so interesting.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
he did a show called Sandokan,
Okay.
and it was a huge hit way back, I think, in the 80s.
Mm.
So he was the heartthrob of Italy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
Sorry.
No, I was gonna ask, with your industry,
Mhm.
it's a very, from an outsider's perspective, it's very glamorous, right?
It is, yes.
What are the trials and tribulations that you have to go through to
Especially with agencies.
to get to set goal?
So the agencies they actually protect models. They make sure that everything's done the right way, and especially here in Dubai, there are a lot of these middlemen, or there's a lot of individual coordinators,
Agents.
They are great too, but I think it's information that's not there for the public. There's a lot of people that aspire to be in ads, and they would just do an ad for a random amount without knowing what their rights is, what they are entitled to. There's something called as a per day fee, and each assignment you do, there's something called as a usage fee. So way back, even in India, I remember during the lockdown, I got a call. They're like, "We're shooting an ad. It's a digital ad. It's a woman empowerment ad." I said yes. There's a very important person that called me so I did it, and they told me it's only social media usage. I did the ad. Next thing I know, it's playing on TV and it's winning awards. I'm like, oh my god, that's actually wrong. So you get in touch with the production. They're like, no, do whatever you want. The ad's out, you should be happy.
Yeah, that's what you would assume, right? Like they would just say, like, stop at that, be happy that your face is out there. You got your fees for doing it, but there's a lot more behind it.
Can you clarify what the issue is exactly?
The issue is basically of people knowing that if an ad is out, you are entitled to your usage rights. If it's a social media format, there's a specific amount. If it comes on TV, there's a specific amount.
Yeah.
If it runs for a year, there's a different amount. And yeah, there are brands where you can lose out on. If I do a specific brand, there's a competitive brand I am not allowed to do. So yeah, that's the awareness that's not there in the market out there openly. So a lot of people exploit those angles, and yeah, there's huge amounts of monies that are pocketed. There are agencies that also sometimes would sign a model's contract on their behalf without knowing them.
Really?
Yeah, it's a sad truth. I mean, you have a lot of these foreign models come in, and they don't know. They sometimes work on a salary.
Yeah.
And you don't know. You could be shooting one of your biggest campaigns that could pay off your bills for the next 3 years or 4 years, and they don't have that information.
So the managers, agents, and people that are responsible over you, they don't get paid until you get a job, right?
True.
That's the standard thing.
They get a certain percentage of what assignments we lock.
Okay.
So basically, you're saying, like, if a gig, right, like a project is advertised as like social media, it's only going to be running on social media, and then it goes on television.
Yeah.
You would be paid more, like, so you get paid for the social media, like the ad you get, like that's standard, right? But then you should be getting more if it's running anywhere else to what they've told you.
Yeah, that's the rule.
And where do royalties come into play?
Royalties come into play if your ads are played for the second year, third year, or if it also extends to different countries.
Okay.
So then you're entitled to a royalty per country per year at a set.
So every country has its own rules at the same time, right?
It's mostly the same.
Okay.
In Bombay, you would probably just get a package for your shoot and usage. In Dubai, they're very honest. They tell you your per day fees, and they tell you your usage rights. So yeah, that's an information that people should know. That whenever you get an assignment, or even if somebody calls you for an ad, don't just say yes to an amount. Ask them what's a per day fee and what's a usage fee. That's it.
So I'm a creative. How do I approach knowing, like, if I want to get information, right? Where's the right place for me to go? Like, I'm a freelancer in either
Sadly,
acting
there is no information as such available to know. I think the more you read, the more you know, or people can just get in touch with me. I've helped a lot of models close a lot of discrepancies, and yeah, I mean that's something that since we put in entire years of experience, and you follow a passion, you follow a career for such a long time. I think it's always good to help people. So yeah, there is no information as such available out there, but I think people should know. I think it's an interesting.
Topic, yeah, no
I
one
think
really
it's an
speaks
interesting
about
documentary to make. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Wow.
the legalities of the modeling
The
world, or
showbiz,
of the showbiz, and it's pretty interesting. I mean, we're talking about huge budgets,
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I mean, I could go on. I could do an entire podcast of the experiences that I've had.
Can you describe one of the experiences where like one that really struck a chord with you and you said, no, this isn't right. This is when I'm gonna make a change.
Mm-hmm.
I think the previous one where I was almost told that it's an ad, it's a woman empowerment
Yeah.
ad, so you don't think twice.
Yeah.
Mm.
You don't expect people to take advantage of that. So
When
that
it's a
really,
good cause.
yeah, that's a good cause. After that, they made sure that I mean, I obviously took it up with the production, and I was like, listen, I want my rights. This is how we're going to do it. And for the next 3 years, they kept calling me and they say, okay, the ad's playing again on TV. We're sending you a check.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they did that. And after that, I decided that whoever approaches me or has a thing, I always go out to help them. And I literally pretend to be their lawyer.
Yeah. Wow.
Violation of usage rights. And they draft an email
That's so nice of you,
and just
honestly.
educate them of how to go about it.
So how did you yourself become aware of these rights? Or did you have someone you consulted, or was it just like on the internet you were privy to this information?
I had a lot of contracts. I would do only contract ads back in Bombay. And I would really, there were a few months where there's no work sometimes. Or during the lockdown, you have nothing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, the lockdown was like any other year. I mean, we don't know when's our next assignment. So I read a lot of my contracts, and I kind of educated myself. Okay, I am it's in a different language, but yeah, I think reading a lot of contracts helped me understand this entire game.
Okay. Because a lot of people sign without actually reading what's on their contract and what they're entitled to.
And sometimes somebody else is signing off their contracts.
Yeah, yeah.
You never know.
But like, is that legal for someone else to sign on your behalf?
But I think if you have a manager, they are allowed to on your behalf.
That's where the documentary plays a very interesting part.
Or is that not right? Like, can someone not sign on your behalf?
No, nobody can ever sign on your behalf.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that happens, I'm sure.
Wow.
Interesting. So that happens a lot. And now royalties, you're saying, like if it okay, so now imagine like a project is packaged to you, like it's going to be playing in like 3-4 countries. It's going to have like social usage as well as television. It's going to go up on both, but this is strictly how much you'll be paid for it. No royalties given. Now if they disclose all of that to you in the very beginning and they've already said that this will not be paid to you, you sign up for it.
That's very transparent, but make sure what you're signing on. Also now, as an exercise, a lot of, in fact, all the agencies make sure that there is something called as a model release form.
Okay.
That's something everybody should know.
Yeah.
Every ad, there is a model release form. So make sure you've signed that, and it's mentioned very clearly. Sometimes the amounts are left blank, and they just say, just sign it. And so scribble your amounts, sign it.
What's a model release form?
It's about waiving off your rights. Or, I mean, me so-and-so being a part of this commercial, I'm getting paid this much, and here's my rights for the project. That's like a basic, apart from a contract, because when ads are written, sometimes it's just a main character, or sometimes there's a bunch of friends. So when there's a bunch of friends, there's not a contract thrown at everyone.
For extras.
Extras, featured extras, but there is something, since their face is going to appear in the TV commercial, there's something called as a model release form.
Okay.
So yeah, when you sign that, scribble your amounts, take a picture of it, so you know, and you can even go ahead and also write the usage right there, that it's only for 1 year, and that's a proof you can have.
So you're saying it's very important to document every single thing when it comes to this business.
Absolutely. Even way back, even back home or in different countries, you would, you would sign something and give it to them, and they'll be like, "What proof do you have?" So it's important to have something with you that.
I feel like you'd really like the media law course that I did. Like, it's very interesting.
That's actually interesting. That's a whole universe in itself.
Yeah, honestly, it was my favorite course I did in university, because there's so much to it, and people aren't aware of the implications and all the minor details, and like intellectual property as well, and for movies as well. After 70 years, you can use it in England. You can use whatever movie for free, and there's no cost associated with it. So that's like obviously a lifetime away. But these details people are unaware of when they're involved in any form of art.
Yeah, I mean, even on us, we have a perpetuity clause. So make sure you charge a bomb for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like just negotiations, what would you suggest to like upcoming actors and those getting into the show business? Just like keep all your negotiations on WhatsApp and like written instead of verbal. Is that one major thing? What are some key factors?
I think just make sure that you have one document with you that states it all, either a contract, a model release. Yeah, you can always have WhatsApp conversations, right? But I think it's important every commercial or every project you do, you should have one piece of signed paper. That's something that I would
and just
strongly
read it thoroughly.
Recommend.
And read whatever.
And read it thoroughly. There are sometimes where there's no paperwork involved. You do the project. The project's gone to next levels. It's out there everywhere, and then the production or the team will tell you. There was no contract.
We lost it, whatever.
Yeah, but where do you have the rights to play? Do you have something that I have signed?
Yeah.
They don't have in it. So a lot of people lose it there when they hear back things like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
There's nothing signed.
There's no evidence.
So take a picture, get a photocopy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just always make sure there's a contract. And also, do you feel like your name, like just football follows you around everywhere? Because one of your most recent and like the biggest projects you did in Dubai was your collaboration with Talabat and the whole thing with Ronaldo and Ronaldo signing up with them. So do you feel like football just follows you everywhere?
No, actually, interesting enough, for that role, they did not want an actor. They wanted drivers for the role because it was Talabat driver. So I went there as a nobody. I went in a different look and I was like, I played the part right from the word go.
Okay,
I did the auditions with the director, got selected, did the ad, and then I told them, listen, obviously on set they knew my name. They're like, oh my God, your name Maradona. So yeah, that just happened. It didn't happen because of my name.
No, I mean like, do you feel like, no, not because of your name.
Yeah, but football does follow me. During the World Cup, I got an invite from Naples. The land of Maradona.
Yeah.
So they literally told me that if Argentina wins the World Cup, you're invited to Naples.
My God.
And I went there.
Oh wow.
I visited the shrine of Maradona as a tribute.
Yeah.
Celebrated it across.
That's so cool.
Put it out there on social media. Did everything related to food, restaurants, places. And the city of Naples is every corner there's a presence of Maradona. So wherever I would go, I would just show them my name and they would like embrace me and
free meals, free hotel stay.
Take her home.
Well, that's what I would do at least.
Yeah. So yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, I mean, I'm thankful for my dad for naming me Maradona. Yeah, it's always helped me a bit.
Your dad knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
For the chicks, for the business, for your career. He's like, this kid is going places with that name.
Yeah. I was supposed to be named Vijay.
Yeah.
I have Catholic parents. So they were supposed to name me that. And just before the World Cup, my dad's like, no, Maradona.
It's like, no, I have an idea. No. It turned out so, like, divine intervention. Divine intervention.
It's these quirky decisions that always,
play out.
They play out, exactly. So you were saying how in Slumdog Millionaire, when you went for the audition, you were just to not, they didn't see you as the part because maybe you weren't dressed for the part and like you were too, like you didn't match the character.
True.
Right? So
True.
is that from that learning curve, like now you've started going to auditions, like dressing the part, like you said with the Talabat auditions?
Yeah, I think it's very important how you go for your castings.
Yeah.
If it's a specific role, right now I also dress for the Emirati role. So if it's an audition for that, I play the part. I was like, what's the latest I can? So I grow a beard, go in the Kandura with the Gotra.
That's actually smart.
So what are some tips you would give to those going for auditions on how to ace it?
I think understand the script. There are certain auditions where you strongly feel you don't fit, so please don't go. You read it and you know it, whether it's yours or you can visualize yourself in it.
Yeah.
So, but when you go for an audition right now, it's mostly look based here in the UAE. So yeah, I think play the part, go for it.
Dress the part.
Dress the part. Don't get distracted while you're at an audition because there's everybody who's exactly like you. And know your skill set, where you stand out, and what is something that you can offer in that audition. Just being you sometimes also helps. So yeah, I mean, how do I say? Don't be nervous. Be nervous, but just go with a feeling that you owe it. And
how do you go in and avoid getting typecast?
Wow, that's another university.
Because like that's what I'm thinking about. If they're saying you're not playing the look, they think
they don't typecast you in ads. They typecast you, I think, in films or the type of web series that you do, or a genre, or a public image that you create with your first few projects. So yeah, to break that, you either do something that's contrasting and completely different. So yeah, and this was something that I was scared when I was starting out. I was like, should I do projects where I'll get typecasted? But I think you always have an opportunity to break that entire image and create something new and do roles which are different. Don't always do aspirational roles where you're good looking. Sometimes play the most basic characters. Why not?
Honestly, you are so adventurous. Like, I've been hearing your stories, how, you go on these solo trips, like really out there seeking what's next, what's new, and just very innovative for like, you see the gap in the market. Like, for example, you told me like a whole bunch of shows that you're even considering that are not there on Netflix, or documentaries. Like, for example, is this whole thing on just agencies. And so what are some upcoming projects you can tell us about?
Yes, what I'm allowed to disclose right now, I just shot a TV commercial with two of the biggest cricketers. So that's going to be out.
Oh, wow. Do we know who the cricketers are?
Yeah.
Well, if they
No, I
choose the
mean, like,
biggest one.
can you tell us who the cricketers are?
Stop, you have a mic, don't. Don't get in legal trouble.
Yeah, so that's going to be out next. And then I did something for a telecom brand. And
Here?
Yeah.
Do. Etisalat. Virgin.
Stop putting him, he can't say these things.
One of the three.
One of the three. And yeah, Instagram, I mean, we keep
your friends.
Collabs and
I don't
stuff.
know if I should do a plug-in. We promoting the same brand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't want to get in legal trouble for my own sake, so who's
So for now, these two TV commercials, and then I'm planning a short film. There's a film festival on nature, and I recently was lucky to see the Northern Lights in Finland, and I met the team there. There's something called as Aurora Light Hunters.
Oh, wow.
I met this beautiful couple, Lorenzo and Louisa, and they've left their countries. They love the Northern Lights. They have all scientific data on it.
Really?
And they would organize tours where you go driving for like 5 hours across Finland and search the Northern Lights. And they step out only if there's a chance of watching the Northern Lights, like around 90%. And that is when they'll go. The Northern Lights happen 200 nights a year.
Yeah.
So that's something that people don't know about. So I think this entire space, I think it's a beautiful setting for a beautiful short film documentary on nature.
100%.
So is that something you're going ahead with?
Yes.
You started working on?
Yes, we've been scripting now. And yeah, there's a lot of free time that we have. So it's always good to explore, try and do your own stuff. Yeah, I'll probably come to promote it here on Lovin Dubai.
100%. Welcome back anytime. And thank
Perfect.
you so much for joining today. It's been
Thank
such a pleasure and really cool learning about the industry. I swear, the more you know, the more you get far in life. So
honestly, like, I had no ideas about royalties and usage rights, like no idea before this interview. So thank you for such amazing insights.
Thank you. And yes, I'm glad to help anybody out there that's looking for any information.
what's your Instagram, just for the...
It's my name, Maradona Rebello.
The coolest name ever.
Rebello. You can't miss that one.
Definitely not. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back here, same time, same place tomorrow. And guess who's
Not
back
tomorrow, Monday. It's the
Let's
weekend.
say Monday. But guess who's back here next week?
Casey Fitzgerald.
C Fitz is back in the building. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me. Goodbye from Maradona too.